Should old acquaintance be forgot? And B for yup, and for yup.
Jamie, I'm glad your voice is back, though we need to memorize the lyrics.
85%. Yeah, I brought up the lyrics and just completely decided not to use them at all.
It's an old Scottish song. Did you know that?
Is it?
Yeah.
Auld Lang Syne.
Yes.
Oh, it's by Doogie McLean. That's correct what you said. Yeah.
Pretty Scottish, eh?
That's the most Scottish name I've ever read. Hey, everybody. The running narrative we're going with is that I thought last episode was a bit of a downer, like don't leave the year off with just I can't do it anymore. Nope, it's my fake low voice. It's gone. The Kevin Conway impression. No. James's voice. Yes. Why? But yeah, I figured we'd do one more. Close off the year a little bit nicer. I think I burped just now. I don't know if it came through, but
I didn't hear it. I don't think it happened.
I'll try harder next time. But anyway, yeah, we'll do this one more episode, and then we're taking a couple weeks off. We gotta reevaluate how shitty the show is.
Yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to the show in the controversial reverse airdate order.
Oh yeah,
and then we're gonna rate them on a Yop from 1 to Yop, and then see if this is even worth doing again.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think we'll keep going is the thing. This is the final episode of the podcast ever. Surprise! No.
I know we said it's the final of 2021, but it's just the final.
Yeah, well, what if 2021 is the final year of time?
I feel like I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. We were on a bit of a downhill slope. It's about time we just call it good, We've had a good run.
We've had a bad run.
Yeah, we've had a terrible run as the human race.
Let's just call it quits.
End it now, please. But hey, Happy New Year. Almost.
Hey.
I mean, happy tonight, kiss a person. You got a kiss person tonight? I mean, 2 days from now, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pandemic seems to be ramping up again, and I figure I can just kiss any random person on the street.
Yeah. No, wait, no, that's what you're not supposed to do.
Oh, what?
Whoopsie.
Oh, no.
We're watching Vendetta today.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Guy Fawkes Day. Happy Guy Fawkes Day, everyone.
This is Jump on the Bat-Wagon. If you're listening for the first time for some reason, I'm sorry if you are, because we're so terrible at starting off the show correctly. If you haven't watched this episode of Batman the Animated Series called Vendetta, please don't listen to this podcast episode. Go watch it and then come back and listen to this podcast episode, because we're going to spoil the shit out of it. I know that's
wait here.
Yeah. This is like a 30-year-old cartoon, but some people are 10. Some people are 0 to 17, the 2% of you listening, or whatever it was, 5%, I think, for that. So you may
some
not
of
have
us
seen
are in that 70 and older crowd.
Yeah,
like
the
myself,
60
who
plus
have actually
is
never seen
Brian.
it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that too. And so many circumstances that could have led to you not seeing this episode. It's more likely, in total percentage of humans on the planet, it's more likely you haven't seen Vendetta, Batman the Animated Series, than you have, I think. But
should we reword this?
What?
Wow.
I'm still slightly sick, as you can hear.
Wow.
Should we reword
that was
what?
A cough. Should we rate that cough?
Yes.
James
0
cough's
to
usefulness.
I rated it. Anyway.
No, I like we say that you shouldn't don't listen to this if you haven't seen it. I think it's fair to say that there's going to be spoilers, but also there's a podcast that I listen to.
And then you choke on your own spit right afterward.
Yes.
We're good at breathing today.
There's a podcast I listen to that is it's from the Night Vale family of podcasts, if you know about that. It's got the craziest name in the world, which I actually don't dare attempt because I'm sure I'd get it wrong because there's so many words in it. They must triple jump on the Bat-Wagon as far as length is concerned.
Are they all English words? Auld Sign?
Yeah.
Doogie McLean?
It's something like random number generator horror podcast number 9, I think is the order. Anyway, they have at the beginning, it's like they review horror movies, and
you're not supposed to listen unless you've seen the movie.
Well, the thing is, like, if you like horror movies, watch it and then listen to the podcast. If you're not into it, like, we're going to tell you what happens, and then you can decide if you want to watch it afterwards or something like that. So maybe we could rip them off just completely.
Yeah.
And just say, like, you know what? You don't have to watch if you don't really want to or whatever. You don't have time to. You don't have ability to.
Okay. We recommend you watch Vendetta to get the full experience of our discussion of Vendetta. How about that?
There you go.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, because my descriptions of the episodes are so far terrible.
They're good.
Oh, are they?
So, this is the show where we watch through the entire DC animated universe from start to finish in the controversial air date order. Brian has only seen 20 episodes so far of the DCAU. We started from the beginning. We're watching this in air date order because I want Brian to experience the shows the way the child in the 90s baby
days of the 1990s.
Seen it. Done do it. Yeah? Sound good? All right. We're watching Vendetta. This aired Monday, October 5th, 1992. We skipped 6 whole days since the last episode.
They skipped 6 days on Fox Kids.
Yeah, at 4:30. Yeah, you got that right. This is the 23rd episode produced and the 21st to air. So that's another close one. Not the closest we've had, but it's up there. Of course, we've got a couple of horrifically off ones coming up after this. But, this was, let's see. This was, oh my God, I got to go back to the right spot. This was written by Michael Reeves. I believe we've had him a couple times. Directed by Frank Power. We've had him a couple of times. Music. I should have checked this earlier. I'm all over the place with this episode because
it's a new year. New year, new me.
No, it's not.
Old
it's
year,
a new year
me?
tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't prep this one on accident because I was like, record a podcast, that's what we do, and then forgot to write down anything. The music's by Michael McQuistion, and the where'd it go? The animation is Spectrum. That was one that was like middle of the road. No, Sunrise is the Cowboy Bebop.
I know. I just want to get excited about it.
Spectrum? You mean the not Cowboy Bebop people?
What else has Spectrum done, Jamie?
I don't know. Of the episodes that we've watched so far, they've done On Leather Wings, Heart of Ice, It's Never Too Late, Pav, and this one. And many more afterward.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You want to go watch it, and then we'll talk about it?
Okay.
Your prediction was about Guy Fawkes.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna play us out.
Okay. Wait, did you learn your Rainbow Connection? You idiot.
No, I forgot. Did you prep the notes for this week?
No, I forgot. Oh, boy.
I'm ready for some Guy Fawkes.
That's my response. All right. Bye.
Still intent on that scale or what have you, I see.
Believe it or not, the cellular structure is human, but the texture of it is almost reptilian.
Do tell.
Bullock might not be the primary suspect after all.
In any event, I've made your favorite, French onion soup. And when you let it get cold this time, note that it's in a microwavable crock.
Crock? Alfred, you're beautiful.
Imagine if I'd gotten round to telling him about the salad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Bullock's back.
Bullock's
all the scumbags
back,
in Gotham better listen, watch out.
Better watch it because a Bullock he's gonna kick some butt.
He's here to hand you a piece of your ass.
He's gonna grab your butt and then he's gonna arrest you.
Twist it.
He's gonna twist
He's gonna arrest you.
And then arrest with the twisting.
What happened in Vendetta?
Okay, did we before we do this? Does the dude on the boat have a name or purpose?
Spider Conway?
Okay.
They named him like 4 times, but yes. He and Joey the Snail were the 2 witnesses to this stuff, yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. The guy Spider Conway is the one whose mouth was staying in the same spot while the rest of his head vibrated, yeah.
We'll talk art in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so
really good and really weird things. Anyway.
Yeah. Yes. We're going to talk about it in a bit, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
yeah,
so
I know.
A couple of guys go disappearing. A spider. I'm gonna try to do like a more abbreviated version, I guess.
And also talking like this,
Spider
Conway.
We're gonna be talking like this because of Spider-Man Conway. So Spider-Man Conway's on a boat. He's been arrested by the copies, and then suddenly the copies are like, "Oh no, there's a bomb on the boat!" And
have
then
abandoned ship immediately.
They abandoned it into the ship, and then it goes a bam, and Batman's like, "Oh whoa!" And then everyone's like, it must have been Bullock that did this because this, and then the other guy.
He's the only one that uses toothpicks.
We saw the toothpicks, and then.
Every time that I go to a restaurant and I get a toothpick afterward, I feel like Detective Bullock. I do it almost on purpose.
Do you ever just fling it on a dock somewhere?
A toothpick or no.
Okay.
But I flinged it on a dock, if you know what I'm saying. I don't think I have done that. Continue.
All right, so let's see. Getting back in character here, we're talking about the show. A couple of no good cronies have been set up, and it looks like Detective Bullock is an evildoer. And Batman's pretty certain he's an evildoer, but then Batman like roughs up some guys, and they say, "Yeah, no, it's not the guy who's the evildoer. You're wrong." And Batman's like, "I guess okay." And then he goes to the zoo.
You're talking about Rupert Murdoch and his plant greenhouse?
I'm talking about Rupert Murdoch, yes.
Thorne.
I almost said Thorne as a joke. I'm like, wait, no.
Wait, no, his name is Rupert Murdoch.
His name is Rupert Murdoch, Rupert Thorne, and I guess this is the new voice that we're doing here. Okay, so for
Please don't.
Okay.
This one was much more tolerable what you were doing before. You could just explain the episode like a normal person.
I guess we could do that. Should we try that? We haven't tried that yet.
No. Yeah, can you explain the episode well?
Yeah, no.
Tried that yet?
No. So anyway, Bullock's framed. Batman decides to get to the bottom of it. Finds Crocodile Man. Battles him in the sewers. And then tune in next week to find out what happens. No, that's not what we do here. We spoil it. Okay, so Batman fights Crocodile Man. It's coming back.
Crocodile Man.
God damn it. What's this guy's name?
Killer
Crocodile Man. Got it.
Yeah. And Spider-Man Conway.
And Spider-Man Conway.
Man.
Spider-Man Conway Man. So Batman finally gets to the bottom of it, finds out that this Croc has been setting up Bullock, and they have a fight to the death in the sewers, but the death doesn't happen. And the Batman decides to deliver the killer Croc Man to Bullock on a silver platter, and the end. Yeah. I skipped over a lot.
Yeah, it was just the gist. The TV guide version is another good one. Another doesn't spoil it one.
Oh, okay.
Detective Harvey Bullock is framed for suspected murder and goes to jail. Batman, though he has no great love for Bullock, thinks he's innocent. His investigation reveals that the real criminal is Killer Croc, a mutant hitman who wants revenge on Bullock because Bullock sent him to jail years ago.
That's more descriptive than mine.
It does spoil it, but also it's not. I don't think Bullock went to jail, and I don't think
he did.
He was like, wait, was he actually arrested?
When they arrested him at that cafe scene when he was hanging out with Tia Tequila.
Yeah, well, then why is he just standing in the street at the end of the episode?
He got released because he was like walking out of the police station. Maybe he was on bail or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
Well,
that's a good question.
This also says Batman thinks he's innocent, but even at the end he says like, "I thought you were guilty too until I learned that you weren't." So I don't know. It's a little off, but it's mostly correct. Let's talk about the cast. This is the cast of this episode. Yeah, this is the cast. Okay,
I'm for the cast, Jamie.
We got Kevin Conroy.
Kevin, get
as
on the
Batman.
Nope.
We got Bob Hastings as Commissioner Gordon.
Nope, not that one either.
We got Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred.
Get up. Nope, not that one.
We got Mary Devon as Summer Gleason.
Some lady.
We got Aaron Kincaid as Killer Croc. Aaron Kincaid voiced the Iron Sheik on Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling TV series from 1985 to 1986. And he was also on Transformers and DuckTales and Smurfs and a bunch of other stuff.
Spanning 2 years from 1985 to 1986.
Ingrid Olu as Renee Montoya, otherwise known. What did you call her?
No, we can skip right over that.
You called her a series of other Hispanic names because you couldn't remember her name.
I was just listing names that were pretty stereotypically Hispanic, which is maybe okay.
It's not a good look, Brian. I'd refrain from mentioning it on the podcast. And
you brought
John
it
Vernon
up.
as Rupert Thorne. That's the entire cast. Oh, wait a second. We got Robert Costanzo as Detective Bullock.
Nice.
Yeah, baby. I think it was either last episode or the one before that you were like, "When's Bullock coming back?" I'm like, "I don't know, soon, I think." And then this whole episode is just Bullock.
It's the Bullock hour. It
really is. It's not even the most Bullocky episode, but you'll see.
Oh no.
There are other characters in this episode who spoke that did not get credited, such as Spider Conway and Joey the Snail Martin, but we don't get to know who voices Spider Conway. He shows up one more time and he's voiced by the guy that voices Robert, Batman's sidekick Robert, because he just says like one sentence, but I don't think that was him. Gray Dixon.
There we go.
And then you want to do trivia for this?
I do want to do trivia.
I got it all pulled up.
Okay. What is the capital of North Dakota?
Oh, wait, no, you're asking
What's the capital city of North Dakota?
North Dakota? I have no fucking idea.
Does North Dakota have any cities?
I don't think so.
I think
it's
Daytona,
just
Florida
one big city.
Is North Dakota's capital city.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. When Croc as Bullock breaks out Joey the Snail, he mentions he was arrested for a 605. This is California penal code, and though the better-known numbers might be an informal use outside of California, a relatively rare one like 605 might not be used on the East Coast. I looked up what a 605 is. It has 3 possible descriptions. 1, maliciously removing a monument erected for the purpose of designating any point in the boundary of any lot or tract of land. 2,
that's
maliciously
a classic 605.
Oh, Joey the Snail doing the fucking erecting, 2, maliciously defacing or altering marks upon such monument. Or 3, maliciously cutting down or removing any tree upon which such marks have been made for such purpose with intent to destroy such marks.
So this is all about manipulating property boundaries.
Yeah, and statues, I guess, monuments.
I mean, but monument could be like a marker, like literal stone marker or something like that. It's not like a statue per se.
Yeah, I guess my brain goes immediately to like, oh, Bart Simpson pulled a 605 when he yopped the head off of what's his face, Jebediah Springfield. But
you mean Hans Sprungfeld?
Yes, I do.
Bosh.
Let's see.
Trivia. We should do Simpsons next.
Yeah, let's do all the Simpsons. James has never seen most of the Simpsons. When Batman is going through the files looking for Bullocks, one of the files he passes is labeled Bates N, a reference to Norman Bates from the 1960 film Psycho. Nice. At least you have to assume. There was a bunch of other Bates I noticed.
There was like an I Bates.
Yeah, there was a Boggs. What was it? It was something else that I thought
Billions.
I don't know. Killer Croc refers to the Batcave, which he shouldn't know about. We talked about this also
the second
with
time that's happened. Yeah,
Sherbet knowing of the Batcave when he should not have.
Yes.
Yeah. A couple other ones we got. In the original script written by Michael Reeves, the ending shows Killer Croc escape to a SeaWorld park where he gets knocked into a pool of electric eels. Frank Power rewrote the ending, and it's his ending that is shown. That does sound a lot better.
That's
or a lot
way
worse,
better
I
ending.
mean.
Good job, sir.
And then I don't have a source for this one, so I'm not sure how true it is. Originally, Killer Croc's first story was going to be his origin story. Killer Croc's origin story. Which would have been greatly different from his origin in the comics. He would have been an animal trader who was bitten by a lizard, giving him a disease that mutates him into Killer Croc, who then plans to create an army of reptiles in the sewers to terrorize Gotham. Obviously, this story was scrapped because it was deemed too far-fetched. I don't know if that's too far-fetched for the Man-Bat show, but yeah, that's just lizard.
Man-Bat was bitten by a radioactive Man-Bat and became a Man-Bat.
Obviously, that was scrapped because it's too far-fetched.
I love that they're just like the entire premise of Spider-Man is like...
Yeah. Yeah, that could not have possibly happened.
Who would watch anything about that? That's bullshit.
I just watched the first Spider-Man the Animated Series episode on Disney Plus yesterday, and it moves so fast. You were saying the plot in this one was just cranking along like, oh, we're only like 3 minutes into the episode and so much has happened. Yeah. And like, but it's like the Spider-Man episodes just don't know how to breathe, like slow down for a second and let me like take in what just happened. It's just constantly moving. People are yelling and exploding and shooting and swinging and everything. There's just no stop.
And exploding and shooting
and swinging. They're having sex with other couples.
All at the same time?
All at the same time.
While exploding and shooting and
they can't stop. They won't stop.
Yup. Stop.
Yeah, cop the yup in the shop.
Yup, shop.
But yeah, it was just like a very like, I don't know, contrast to this show of like, it has its action moments and then just has a lot, this show has a lot more like, which I think they're starting to find a bit more of a good balance of that. The earlier Batman episodes when they would stop to like, I'm doing the detective work. I'm like, all right, we've been in the Batcave for half an hour. Please do something. You're just standing there, you know. But now there's a lot. I don't know. This episode seemed pretty like well paced or whatever.
Speaking of well paced,
yeah,
I just realized that we completely neglected to point out the fact that we're not in the same room.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I keep jinxing it by saying like we're gonna totally record together, but
Jamie, what
also
happened?
Like
Jamie,
snow.
what happened?
Snow.
And?
I can't drive.
And
Is sick.
And
what am I missing?
I know. I thought just prompt you.
Oh no. Oh okay, no. Snow and sick. Those are the things.
Jamie got snow sick.
I got sick of the snow. All this damn snow. I can't get over there.
How much snow did you guys get?
There is a lot of snow. I don't know the inches amount, but it's been here like 2 or 3 days now. I'm looking at it right now. There's a big comfy blanket of snow out there. And I
it's a lot. It's been a lot for Oregon.
Yeah.
We got about a foot, all in all.
Yeah, I'd say probably 7 or 8 inches, maybe, if I had to guess. The worst part was that we live on a hill, so
we sure do. So
getting home. No, well, yeah, we were gone for the weekend for like a Christmas family road trip thing, and then we got back, and we like, I was so afraid of. There's like 3 different hills that we have to drive up from 90-degree shifts to get there, and I was like, okay, we made it up the first one, totally cool. There's gravel on this next one. I'm driving, and we make it up like 90% of the second one, and just get stuck at the top. Like the car is all the wheels are just spinning. I can't go. I'm freaking out a little bit because the baby's in the car for one, and then for two, I'm like, I've never had to get a car like through ice before. I've slid on ice plenty of times, but anyway, I'm just like, if I decide to give up on trying to get past this spot, I'm just going to slide backwards down a 3 blocks worth of hill at like a 45-degree angle, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Jessica's trying to like both calm me down and suggest things, but I'm just way too frustrated and getting like what? How are you going to do it any better and all this stuff? We finally I managed to back into a parking lot halfway down the first hill, and then Jessica took over. We went up a different hill, but then we had to get up the hill to our house, the final hill, and again got like 90% of the way there and just had to keep taking running starts at it over and over and finally made it. It took like half an hour to get from the bottom of the hill to the house, but we did it, and I was just like, well, now I need to go get bread and all this stuff, so I just walked to Safeway from our house. And luckily, it's just at the bottom of all those hills, but it was just like, I don't know, it was very spooky. It was not... Yeah, I'm not a happy dude.
You guys, for all listening, James lives in Smaller Bus, Oregon.
Yes, much smaller and lesser bus.
Much smaller and lesser bus, but on the top of like a pretty substantial hill.
Yeah.
Like, and as you were saying, like set of hills. Like it's not like the first time I went up there, it was kind of like, oh, we're going up this hill. Oh, we're going up this hill. We're still going up hills. I mean, like even on a sunny day, it must be like 5 minutes worth of driving up pretty significant hills.
A couple, yeah. So anyway, not a good story, but yeah, I have not tried to drive away from here yet, and I didn't really want to. Like I had to cancel my haircut yesterday. My day was just ruined, man. You know, everything's just all over the place. There's one more piece of trivia I wanted to
Oh, yes.
I don't remember how we got on that. We're not doing the episodes. We're going to do that next year, I promise. Don't worry. Spider Conway may refer to Killer Croc's co-creator, writer Gary Conway, who also wrote Spider-Man for a time, perhaps explaining the animated character's first name. That's something I didn't know. But Spider Conway has a special place in my heart because... not for any really good reason, but for one, he and that's the second reason. I'll start with the first reason first. So
yeah,
that makes
start
sense.
at the beginning.
That's a good idea. And then when I get to the end, I'll stop. Yeah. So I don't know. This was years and years ago. I think this was like a year or two before I met you. My friend John. You've met John.
I know John. Does John listen to the podcast?
John. Probably not.
John. Send this to him and we'll be disappointed.
Well, so he was trying to do some sort of just like obscure DCAU trivia pop quiz on me kind of a thing. And he threw Spider Conway at me like as a, who's Spider Conway? And I didn't know. I was like, oh, fuck. Like I know this name, but I couldn't remember what episode he was from or what he even looked like. I just know like, oh, this is a name I've read before or remember from something. And so it was like one of those like, oh, I'm a failure. I don't know who Spider Conway is. And then the first time I met Maddie, like a year or two later, I was at Maddie's apartment. We're doing the Emerald City Comic Con, and I brought this story up to Maddie, and then they're like, oh, like, you don't know who Spider Conway is? Come on. And there was this whole thing where now it's just like a running joke that like, oh, Spider Conway, you don't know who Spider Conway is. And Spider Conway has his own Batman the Animated Series trading card. There's a set of official Batman the Animated Series trading cards. Maddie did an unboxing video on our channel a year or two ago now. That was Spider Conway and Joey the Snail both have their own trading cards with their like model sheets on them and stuff. Like they're these like breakout characters or something. They're the most ridiculous nothing characters. Well, and
okay, are there any more significant characters who aren't? Like, is Sherbet on there?
No, I don't think so.
What's the detective's name that I can't?
Renee Montoya.
Yeah, is she on there?
Probably. I can't remember for sure. I know. So the trading cards were made by Topps, which did a bunch of like show trading cards. I think they did baseball cards too.
Yes, they did.
They stopped making the Batman ones probably like a third of the way through the show. So they had like cards for like nearly every character. You got like episode cards where you like had to collect like 12 different episode cards to make up that one episode's full plot or something
but it's
like
only
that.
for the first 10 episodes.
Yeah, something like that. So it was just like, why, if you have a complete collection, it's barely any of the show. But just the fact that Spider, Conway, and Joey the Snail have their own cards among all these other major characters is really funny.
I mean, I think they're my favorite supervillains so far.
Yeah, me too. Especially Joey the Snail.
Yeah.
Who is it? What do you think of this episode? We're done talking about not this episode.
Okay. I thought it was a good enough episode. There was a lot of action. I didn't feel like I was always 2 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't know that Guy Fawkes was a supervillain in this.
Yeah, he sure
universe.
was. That was
Guy
what it
Crocs.
was. Yeah.
That's what I meant to say. Guy Crocs.
Guy Crocs. Yeah. You're beautiful, Broderick. Croc.
Yeah, I know it was a good episode. I didn't feel really hooked by it,
Yeah, it's a surprisingly well animated episode. Like,
okay,
for what it is.
So it was a really, really well episode, like animated episode. There was like the lightning flashes, like through the blinds in.
Bullock has like just lines of light on him for a couple seconds.
Yeah, and with like the contours of the body, and like there's some really like interesting like Batman in profile with the lightning strikes, and there's like there's a lot of good art. But like the opening scene ish of Spider-Man Way. Yeah.
Spike on Wayman.
There you go. Thanks. That's what I was trying to say. He's like freaking out, and he's kind of like moving his head around all like in a commotion, but his mouth is completely still. Or is it the other way around? His mouth. Yeah,
his mouth is still. Yeah.
His mouth is like perfectly isolated, and he's like his head is moving all around. So I thought at the beginning, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a really terrible art episode. I can't wait. But then it like really shaped up into being like pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I mean there was the lightning stuff. There was also like the explosion on the ship at the start. Batman's like engulfed in like yellow light, and his cape's blowing and all that stuff. That was really cool.
There was the blinding light in the sewer.
Yeah.
Bloodshot eye vision.
Yeah, his rage vision. He also that same scene when the light's shining, they kind of reused that eternal Yappy like craptacular rays, you know what I'm saying? And there was there's a lot of good stuff, but then there was also just the random like his mouth not moving while the rest of his head did. There was also there's a couple of weird I wish I could remember the specific moments where there was just a lot of weird like fluidity to things that wouldn't normally move in such a way. I think the way that Killer Croc ran across the ground was a little jarring. Like, I think it was meant to look like gorilla-ish or like an animal, but then he instead kind of stumbled. I don't know.
Well, there's also that weird art, like weird. I don't know if it was like a cropping thing or what, but Killer Croc, when they're like fighting in Killer Croc's cave, he like the Croc Man like kind of lunges at Batman.
Yeah.
And and like he kind of like goes out of screen ish, like Batman's completely out of screen, and Killer Croc goes to like the very bottom of the screen and then just stays there for a second or two. You good?
Yeah, sorry, the heater came on. I don't think it's being picked up too much.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, the fan's on. Classic callback.
That's like us.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, yeah, so like Killer Croc like runs to the bottom of the screen, and then the animation just stops for like 3 seconds. And then you see Batman like boink, boink, boink in the background, and you're like, oh, I guess he didn't jump on Batman. Yeah. And what was the other? There was another like weird.
There was the whole like Well, this isn't an art thing, but you did you did call out the like, Batman, help us, save us, and then he looks around side to side, and then shh. And like, oh yeah, they're a little late for that, I think.
Oh, but that was also the dudes are like
they pulled scuba masks out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, they're like, oh no, these guys are fighting! Quick, let's run! And then they just have scuba gear and like jump into the water and are swimming away, and then suddenly they're not swimming away, and then suddenly Batman is towing them on a line, coming out of the underwater cave.
I think my explanation was that maybe he, like Killer Croc, had to put some sort of breathing apparatus on them to get them there in the first place, but they don't explain it, so I don't know.
But like, what would prevent them from, like, obviously the dude's not around all the time. They put on the gear, they go back through the tunnel they came through, and they escape.
I mean, you know he's coming when you see all the bubbles. Just wait for there not to be bubbles.
Right.
Yeah, every time that Killer Croc appears, there's all the cluster of bubbles, and then he, like, there's just a jet of water that shoots out, and I always assume that means he jumped out of the water. But when the water clears, he's just standing there. I'm like, is he that dense that the surface area of the water exploded when he stood up? Like,
these are the questions.
Fuck!
Jamie.
Oh, he's just standing there.
It's a similar question as to how Hello, Rosie.
Hello, Rosie.
Did you hear that one?
I did.
She's like laying under the desk and just sighing. She's like, Dad, you're not funny. Give it up. I like that bit where Killer Croc is holding Batman underwater, and then like suddenly, despite the fact that Killer Croc is holding onto his head and pushing straight down, and Batman's arms are straight up in the air, suddenly, as you said, like Batman's legs come shooting out of his shoulders and kick Killer Croc
in the chin. Yeah,
it was a really weird. Like, what? How did the? Okay. All right, we're just going to roll with that, I suppose.
It's always funny with these things because when I'm watching this show as a kid, I'm too focused on like, yeah, kick his butt, Batman. Batman's so cool. Right. And then we're like 50-50, like enjoying the episode and like looking out for these things to make fun of because if there's something to make fun of, we're going to make fun of it, even when we get to like the best of the best stuff in a few years down the road of this podcast, we're still going to be like, okay, but did you notice that when Hawk Girl's face slid off of her face, or something like that? There's going to be something like that.
How about the reporters with the skin-toned eyeballs?
Yeah, you keep pointing that out. That's kind of just like a DCAU thing. Like some characters just don't have whites of their eyes.
That's not okay.
Get used to it. Superman's eyes are going to be that the entire show. So
what?
So sorry.
He just has like actually I don't remember.
He just like dots in a line.
Yeah, that's okay. But when you have a full shape.
Oh, like the closed off shape.
Yeah, they have like the oval eye shape with a dot in the middle, and it's all just the same tone as their skin, and that to me is very upsetting.
I think the last episode that Rupert Murdoch Thorne was in, which was, I don't know, what was it? Yeah, it was Yop. No, we just watched it a couple episodes ago. I don't know. Anyway, I'm losing it. He had the skin eyes. Oh, it was Two-Face Part 2. He had the skin eyes, and you pointed it out. But then in this one, I'm pretty sure he had normal human eyes.
He had normal eyes.
So yeah, he had a really strongly taut knot on the back of his apron that Batman knew was the tightest knot in history to hang this 500-pound man from a toothpick rope.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice.
And then the same thing with Batman being like so sure that gargoyle you're shooting his line to would hold his weight and Rupert Thorne's weight. I've always thought the whole scene, like, they should have thrown in like one shot of Batman like struggling, like, oh fuck, this guy's fat, like how do I hold this guy? But instead he's just like holding him by his neck, and then they swing from a line, and Rupert Thorne's neck doesn't snap instantly. But
yeah, we should, beyond Batman's usefulness, we should start rating Batman's strength, because I feel like there's times where just like that he can hold Rupert Thorne. He can hold Rupert Thorne one-handed, and that's fine. But there's other times where he's like struggling to do Like he's got like normal dude strength.
Yeah, he hits a janitor cart and he's out the whole episode.
Yeah. Poor guy.
What do you think of Killer Croc? Killer Croc as a character, and what does he look like? Like, what do you think? What's your take compared to other villains we've had so far?
He seems like a pretty bad baddie.
He's as strong as a crocodile, whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this supposed to be like a crocodile's jaw strength, but in his arms?
I don't
or in his jaw.
I mean, he's like abnormally strong.
Yeah.
And he made some mention as he was like just doing a press of Batman, talking about how he's extra strong. And rather than throwing him on the ground, he throws him into the water.
Yeah.
He's curse splash. Take that, Batman. Now you're wet.
Better not kick me with your shoulder feet. With your hot dog wrists. That's why Batman's wrists are hot dogs. That's why he has such a hard time sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. Killer Croc has never like been a standout villain to me, but I mean he'll be back, and he I don't know, he looks kind of cool. He's gray for some reason, but I guess probably to differentiate him from Lizard in Spider-Man stuff. Like if he was green, I don't know. That's always been my thought on it.
He's formidable, but he's not like super memorable. And you get someone like the Joker who has like so much. He has so much to him, and he's got all these tricks and stuff. And this guy's just like, I am angry and I am big.
I'm strong and my teeth are pointy.
I've also got this weird gap in between the back of my back teeth and where my jaw is. So I imagine drinking water and eating is pretty hard, and maybe that's why he's pissed off.
Yeah, the sides of my mouth are holes, so I don't know how to do things usually.
You ever had a strawberry milkshake? I haven't.
Just falls right out the side of my lips. I feel like future Killer Croc episodes, he has a lot more personality than this one. Obviously, you'll discover that, but yeah, this
Spoilers,
episode,
Jamie.
Sorry, in this episode in particular, he's just like, I'm a fucking guy. Fuck Bullock. I'm gonna put a coat on, and you're not gonna tell that I'm not a crocodile man. I'm actually Harvey Bullock. Oh yeah, that's you, Harvey Bullock.
I gotta check this dossier on you.
Yeah, I gotta make sure that you, a well-known cop in the precinct, are authorized to do this thing that I, for some reason, don't know if you are. To look at a prisoner. Yeah.
Oh,
you can't go look at a prisoner.
It's kind of there's and I feel like he's also got like he has like a pretty like worthy backstory there. Like he was like a circus freak. He became a wrestler. Yeah. Like, but that's basically all you hear. You hear he was a circus freak, and then he was a wrestler, and now he's a bad guy. And you're like, can we go? We should go into that. Let's talk about this.
No. We got to go to his man cave and see Spider Conway more.
And I like it. I like the definition man cave because it's a place where he keeps men.
He keeps men there. Don't read into it too much. It all falls out the side of my mouth anyway. Let's talk about Batman's usefulness. I guess he was pretty useful because he saved Spider Conway and Joey the Snail.
Yeah.
Exonerated Bullock. He did all the things.
He beat
up Killer Croc.
Yeah, I mean he was a little bit slow on the uptake. He kind of like harassed old Rupert Thorne. I'm having a hard time with that one.
You're having a stroke, I think.
Rupert Thorne. That was kind of unnecessary, but he did good in the long run. He hid in the back of Bullock's car.
Yeah. So I like how it's just you. And like he's just in the car. Yeah, you said, no, don't stop Killer Croc from getting in the car. Wait till he's in there and you're driving at high speeds on the freeway to then jump him. Yeah.
He's like, we gotta be doing at least 65 before I jump out and get Killer Croc.
That was a really cool shot, though. I always love that moment where Killer Croc gets out, throws the manhole cover at the car, and Batman's getting out of the car. And for whatever reason, instead of jumping out of the way, I guess maybe to help try to block it from Bullock, who's unconscious at the wheel or something. But within like 3 frames, he's jumped back in the car and slammed the door, and then it immediately hits the car. It's just a really well animated moment. It doesn't really make much sense, but it does look cool. Yeah.
He's the Matrix. It's fine.
So what do you get? What's the score? What's your usefulness score?
I would give Batman 4 overweight dudes hanging by aprons out of 5.
I was gonna say that's pretty low if it's out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Oh, let me save
4
this.
out of 5.
Yeah.
At the end, I was like, wait, no. Yeah. Yeah.
I've just been consistently giving it 4. I just don't know what else to do.
I'll just
Why
keep
do we even
changing
do
it.
this part? I'm just gonna do 4 every time.
I give Batman 10 broken potted plants out of 48.
Oh man, that's again pretty low. I give him 7 weird ass police raincoat uniforms out of 10. You kept being so distracted by that. What are they wearing over and over?
Have you seen Goldfinger? The James James Bond movie.
The James Bond is. You talking about like the scientists, like
the
get
thing
up,
that, they made fun of in the Austin Powers universe, like Dr. Evil's suit. Like
those,
they're wearing that.
In actuality, will show up in a Superman episode.
Oh my god! All right. Anyway,
but yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because they are in like weird like hazmat police uniforms with a complete like face covering and everything, and they still have like a little hat shape at the top, a little police hat indent, little bill and stuff.
Gotta keep the hat on. You know, I support your decision to use that as your rating system, though admittedly I'm a little heartbroken that you didn't use like 6 unbelievably tiny gloves out of 10.
The tiny glove. I guess that was a scale. They don't really ever say. He's just like
it's a glove. It's a 5-fingered glove.
Batman finds a really tiny Mickey Mouse glove under the dock. And, and you're like, the world's smallest glove. And then he takes it back to the Batcave. Alfred says something that makes him realize it's probably something to do with crocodiles for some reason. And then Bruce Wayne, adult grown billionaire man, goes to the zoo, listens to the voiceover guy say, crocodiles live in caves underwater. And then he goes, of course, and leaves. And the public goes, what the fuck, Bruce Wayne? Why were you here? What eureka moment did you just have and why?
Yeah, I just imagine, like, what's the real world equivalent of that? Like, Jeff Bezos goes to pick up a smoothie somewhere. And they're like, Mr. Bezos, we have your blueberry smoothie.
Yeah.
And he's like, blueberry! Of course, and then he like
Alfred,
walks out.
You're brilliant. You're beautiful.
Yeah.
Who's Alfred, sir? Yeah, I mean, like I think I said Bruce Wayne goes to the zoo part 2.
Yes.
Yeah, except he didn't.
Where he does all his heavy thinking.
Yeah, he just goes to that same penguinish looking scientist man from On Leather Wings, like. Oh, hey, Doc. I found this tiny glove under my basement. Can you tell me what kind of fucking bat this belongs to?
Can you maybe just like Photoshop that little tiny glove somewhere onto the thumbnail of the YouTube video?
I should. Yeah. Well, my first thought was like put it in the channel banner. A little tiny. I should make a separate Podtower channel banner that's like the Watchtower Database one with all the inside jokes, but it's just all of the jump on the Bat-Wagon, like wrist hot dogs, tiny gloves, Michael Jackson in a Carmen Sandiego trench coat, all this.
Taco barge.
Yeah, taco barges and fire hands and all this stuff. Yeah.
I'm down for it. I mean, if you want to do more work. Also, can we talk about that? The speaking of thumbnails, last week, the what was supposed to be our last video. I mean, like that is on par with us taking like super like homoerotic photos like that. But I like
on brand. You mean?
Yeah. But I didn't expect that. I didn't remember that, and I just saw like in my like my little subscriptions tab on YouTube. I was like, oh, right, cool, it uploaded. And I was like, what the hell is that?
It's from our photo shoot we did for Limelight Visual. I've already forgotten the name.
Yeah, I remember that, but I didn't remember doing one of those style of photos, because why would we try to promote a business with a picture like that?
most of the photos are shit like that. There was one where you're like pressed up against the wall, and I'm like jumping at you with my shirt off. I'm like, I don't think I want to use that one. I still used a pretty good one.
I don't.
No,
I must have these photos on some hard drive. I'm gonna like pop them up and look at it.
I'll just. Well, no, I probably don't have them on Drive anymore. I was saying I could share the folder, but yeah, they're forever frozen, forever. Whatever Mr. Freeze says, you know what I'm saying.
Forever, yeah.
Okay, we talked about all the things. Let's put this on the top 10 before we do mail.
Okay.
Do you want to put this anywhere on your top 10 of the episodes? We're going through. We're putting all the episodes we watch on a top 10 to eventually have a full DCAU top 10 per each of us. We each have our own lists. Broderick.
I don't think so.
No, on Leather Wings still better than this.
I'm still waiting for that one to hit me. Like, this is a good.
I mean, Two-Face Part 1 is the most recent one you've put on here, and you did put it on here, so that one was at least like substantially good enough for you to consider it for that.
Yeah. And it was like, that was a cool, like, again, it had heart, right? It was the whole like, Two-Face's and not origin story. Well, I guess Two-Face's origin story, but not his name is
Batman. Harvey Dent.
Harvey.
No. Yeah, you're not gonna remember Harvey. No. Okay. Well, then, so you're not doing it. You're not putting it on.
I don't think so. What about you? Are you knocking?
I think
off?
I'm knocking Pav off. I think I'm gonna put Vendetta in where Pav is. All right, it's time, Brian.
Mail time.
That yop. That one small extra yop put it over.
Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to whack my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. Yop! Wake up, Maddie. It's time for Yappy Mail. I can't. Nope, I wonder, but I won't do it.
That's a really nice tone, isn't it?
This is the Yappy Mail that everyone's been waiting for.
It makes me wanna wag my.
Here's the.
Oh my god!
All right, we got a couple emails from Lachlan06. First of all, if you want to reach out to us like the fire hand at the end of Cat in the Claw Part 2, you can email podcast@watchtowerdatabase.com. Include some sort of Yappy or jump on the Bat-Wagon or whatever related subject line so I know what the fuck this is about. But also, we're going to be going AWOL for a couple weeks after this, so anything that you send in over the next half of January or so will all be chunked together into one extended Yappy Mail section. And
make it good.
Make it count. Lachlan06 says, Yappy dudes, guess I am part of that 2% as well, considering I'm from Australia. It would be perfect if Christmas with the Joker was in time for Christmas. Great episode, though I always hated I have Batman in my basement. What a weird concept. Stay Yappy. Yeah, most people do, I think.
So we got Lachlan from Australia. We have who?
There was someone else. Was it Aussie Dragoon? I would assume is from Australia. And then there was
pretty safe assumption, I guess.
There was someone else that said it too. I don't remember.
Oh,
you know what time it is, Brian? It's a Dylan Pollock time. Bump on the Bat-Wagon. Thoughts of the week from Dylan Pollock. French onion soup is Batman's favorite. That seems like a very random choice. I figured perhaps he'd be a hero guy or capers or just ice. You see, I'll repeat that. A hero guy, sandwich, but you see, he's like he's a superhero. Yeah. Or capers. He has a cape. Or just ice.
Yeah.
Justice.
Yeah.
I am the tiger. I believe in God.
Dylan,
also,
I'm upset with you. French onion soup.
Poor Croc, no tragic origin. He's just born ugly. Yeah, not bitten by a lizard, just fucking skin condition.
I mean, I guess that's a fair point. Wow, actually, that's a really good point. The dude, like, can you imagine giving birth in that thing with tiny gloves all over its body, yellow eyes, like mouth holes.
Tiny gloves. I'm sorry, ma'am. There's tiny gloves everywhere. You're not going to make it. Also, I feel like there could have been a feature-length version of this or a two-parter if you keep Bullock in jail and have Montoya and Gordon trying to prove his innocence. Yeah, I mean, maybe it could have been fleshed out to be better that way, but also if it was just the same quality as the episode, maybe a full movie or two-parter would have been like, oh my God, I don't care, please. Like, I think this felt like a pretty okay length.
I mean, but I think the storyline is definitely adaptable to be like bigger.
Yeah.
Bigger. More. Make it more stronger. It's great.
Oh, sweet. We have a new 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Yeah. Go rate us 5 stars on iTunes or not iTunes, whatever I just said literally 5 seconds ago, Apple Podcasts.
iTunes?
This is from Comic Book Dude 19. Love these Yappy dudes. Huge fan of this podcast. Every time I put an episode on, I know I'm going to laugh. The discussions and sound effects are always awesome. Yeah, baby! I also love the extra information added. That makes me not only enjoy this podcast, but also be tasked. Great job, guys. You are the best Yappy dudes. Don't you fucking forget it, world. We're the only Yappy dudes, in fact.
I love how much animosity you had there for just a fleeting moment.
Yeah, just a little bit. Thanks, Comic Book Dude 19.
Yeah, thanks for
Are
the
you related
rating.
to Comic Book Girl 19? Because that's a good YouTube channel, or at least was at one point. Okay, that was it for the. Oh no, I have some pictures of screenshots of things that I took. I don't remember what video this was on. It might have been on my recent Superman the Animated Series video. Jordan Hunter says in the comics it's explained that Superman's mullet isn't actually hair. He scalped Batmite in a drunken rage and is wearing his hide as a trophy. The Yop Tower assured me of this. And then I just replied with a like crying emoji, and he said, "Face it, you're just not Yop material." I don't really know what to say to that. It's probably true. This was a comment on I've Got Batman in My Basement on Facebook. You think the bullies ever worked up the nerve to confess their feelings to Sherbet? I have to hope so.
Yeah, it depends on what decade it is, though.
True. It's either 1940 or 1990 or 2020, something like that.
Yeah, so who knows? I hope, though.
Yeah. We got comments on last time. Go to the Podtower YouTube channel, subscribe, and leave comments on episodes like this one right here that you're listening to, and I'll read them probably, okay?
Okay.
Ashley Tutchin. Paul Williams was actually a pretty prominent musician back in the day. Oh, and James, I've heard some horrible fake Aussie accents in my time, but that was not one of them. Bravo. That was so perfect, and now I'm convinced that you're actually a long-lost Hemsworth brother. Thank you. I thought so. I'm really good at it.
Well, the thing is, you like pretty historically are good at accents, and with your whole
that
like,
particular
just in case,
time was not good. Man.
Yeah, but you're just in case for the Virality movie. Like,
yeah.
There was like a whole weekend of you doing like a spot on New Zealand accent and just had me absolutely cackling. So
yeah, I was just continuing to say anything to you in that and just like not being able to concentrate.
Oh, it was great.
Z-Man 12 Bat. Another Yoptastic video. To be honest, I've Got Batman in My Basement. I loved it when I was growing up watching VHS tapes of Batman episodes. I'm only 21, so don't worry about being old. Well, Brian's way older than that. But I do agree that this ep out of the season sticks out. Since I was born in the home...
Wait a minute. I'm 21. I know what it feels like to be old.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm only 21. Since I was born in the home of tea and biscuits, I always thought the characters who have British accents who aren't British just was awkward, but still funny to me. Looking forward to the next episode, and then there's 5 bat emojis.
Nice. But wait, this is important. What I mean, like home of tea and biscuits, that's great, but like, what's your tea?
Yeah, that is important.
I mean, are we talking PG tips? Are we talking Yorkshire? Are we talking? I mean, I'm always like, I'm a berries tea fan myself. I gotta say, don't like lions. James, this means nothing to you.
I don't know half the. Yeah, what are you speaking English? Super theories. Can't wait. Oh, no, I'm going to not say that one. Don't spoil things. Don't put spoilers in the comments.
Also, I love that the Discord channel has a whole series of like spoiler discussions.
Channels. And then even within there, you still have to put the spoiler tags to hide the text.
I just don't go into those, generally speaking.
Yeah. Dylan Pollock. Also, to hear the this is in reverse order. Sorry, I want a full episode of James and Brian trying to tell each other who they're talking about without actually revealing their name to the listeners. This is when we were talking about so and so Mormon daughter.
Henry Mormon daughter.
Henry Mormon daughter. Dylan Pollock also says, phew, to hear the weekly mail will be okay. And thank goodness we can still get Thoughts of the Week segment from Dylan Pollock. I still would listen either way, but contributing to my narcissism makes it that much sweeter. Yes, always. MN Drew 1 says, those kids grew up to be henchmen for Polka Dot Man. 58 here, by the way. He's 58. He's 58 years old, this person.
Yeah!
Congrats. Hell yeah.
That's cool.
Almost as old as Brian.
We got we got a contender, though. That's all right.
Yeah, you're almost in the 60 plus.
So I wonder, I keep getting hung up with these. Like, I want to know, like, where you were. What was the listener's name?
MN Drew 1.
MN Drew 1. Okay.
MN Drew 1.
MN Drew 1. I want to know how you got into this. Like, how did you get into the Batman animated series? Did you get into like older Batmans? Were you like watching Adam
when you
West
were approaching
stuff?
30 and it started?
I mean, that's super cool.
And I was one. Sorry about that.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah. It's funny because I saw the first couple comments on this video on last episode as they were coming in, and I kept seeing people be like, by the way, I'm this old. And I forgot that we had said, tell us how old you are. And I was like, why the fuck do people say? I'm like, neat. Oh, okay. This is kind of weird that you're just, I'm 18, by the way.
I like that you can throw yourself off by like your past self saying things like that. I mean, I know I do all the time, but.
Yeah. Nick Sorensen, I won't, hang on. Okay. I won't spoil for Brian who the episode is about. But there will be one early Superman episode later on that could be described as I've got Superman behind my closet. I'm not exactly sure which one. There's a couple in my head that this might describe. We'll figure it out together.
But Scarlowy, I've got Trapped in the Closet now and playing in the back of my head. And I'm pretty upset about it. I think I'm going to switch to the Weird Al Trapped at the Drive-In version.
You want this?
Instead.
Does this help? Would this help you?
Oh, yes, please. Thank you.
Scarlowy one. Great pod, yappiest of dudes. P.S. I'm 18. Alex Coquito. Great discussion and feedback. Thanks, Alex. No Net Plays. Another fun pod. I wish they had used the episode you mentioned previously to Brian, The Mechanic, as Penguin's debut episode. This is the one I've already told you there was an episode coming up where we see who repairs the Batmobile when it gets all fucked up. That's another Penguin episode. Definitely would have kicked his BTAS adventures off on a better foot. Yeah, it would have. But, anyway.
Cool.
Walk! I'm the Penguin. Right. It's the first thing you see me do.
I'm so glad you included that clip, by the way.
Yeah. I wanted to give context.
Yeah.
J. Dylan Hartley. Paul Williams also does lead vocals on the Daft Punk song Touch from the album Random Access Memories.
This dude gets around.
I guess so.
My God.
Is their lead vocals just rock?
Yeah, it's just a clip from that show.
Channel 99 Productions says, one of the two of worst episodes of BTAS, hands down. God, that episode is hard to watch. Really enjoyed you guys making fun of it. The Chicken, one of the worst Batman villains. Yeah.
Birdsey.
MJ Barrett, happy 20th episode, Yapsters.
Thank
Penguin's
you.
umbrella always reminded me of Inspector Gadget's hat umbrella, but Penguin's being more versatile. Anyways, enjoy that parallel.
Yeah. Oh my.
Batgirl fangirl, I'm glad you mentioned the conveyor belt switch. That bit does my head in. Turning off to go on. You two reciting all the inconsistencies of this, my least favorite of BTAS, had me in stitches. Looking forward to your take on Vendetta. Thank you, Brian and James. 5 stars and 5 umbrellas.
Thank you.
Next episode, I've got Robin in my closet. By the way, I'm 18, says Wency209. Those are the two that like, by the way, I'm 18. I was like, why are you telling me this? And then finally, we have Aussie Dragoon.
18 and ready to party, Jamie.
Yeah, Aussie Dragoon, the grand debut of Penguin. Odd they aired it 20th, considering Batman Returns was the main reason the show got made. You'd think that Cat in the Claw, a Penguin episode, you'd think they'd Cat in the Claw, a Penguin episode, even this one. Remember, kids, never yop your Batman in the basement. They don't do well down there. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Bats,
They're going to have to search for screwdrivers to get out of
Fight with the screwdriver. Like it happened in the show. Jamie, you're so clever.
It did that. It did that in the show.
Yes.
All right, Brian. Next week's episode, we already talked about this, Prophecy of Doom.
Yeah.
I think you said it was going to be
MF
like
Doom.
a series, Angels and Demons Raining Hellfire or something like that.
No, MF Doom.
No?
It's MF
What?
Doom now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then you get one extra shot at these ones now. You have like a 200% chance of guessing the correct thing now, or I don't know how that would work, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I said it was oh my gosh. Wow, the name of the book just flew from my head.
Yeah, you were just reading a book a week ago and you already don't remember.
I've been forgetting things. God, should I be concerned? We've had this conversation.
Who are you?
Good Omens. I guessed Good Omens, but
Yeah,
now I
there
feel
you
like
go.
I'm going to switch it up and go MF Doom because,
Okay.
you know, it's either books or hip hop.
Yeah. Well, when we that is true of the world, you know.
Yeah, it's either
really
books
in
or hip-hop.
any case, it's either books or hip hop. The next episode, Prophecy of Doom, we will be picking up on, oh gosh, let's see, 31st, probably the 21st of January is going to be a wee bit. So strap in, re-listen to all the episodes that you so far. Re-listen to all the
You could
stuff.
basically listen to one every day. So start with episode 1 on the 1st
really
of
could.
January, and then just and then it'll come out.
That's
It'll
a
be just
great
like
idea, Brian.
clockwork. Be sure
I
you
love
rate
that
it 5
idea.
stars. Yeah. I don't know what that was.
I don't. It was either books or hip hop, one of the two. So thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for listening all year and all that stuff that we said last time, all the schmaltzy, stupid things.
But we can mean it even more now because it's like next year's like hours.
We don't have
away.
any more chances. This is the last day
Live
of
it
the
up.
year that you're.
It's New Year's Eve now.
Yes.
Not now, but it will be.
10, 9.
I just want you to know
8, 7.
that I think you're a Yappy
6, 5.
and it's been
4,
a great year getting to know
3,
you.
2, 1. Happy New Year, baby! It's 2022!
I don't know what
Happy
to do.
New.
Okay.
Yeah, your phone turned sideways.
Well, so this is going to be interesting. I'm just going to let my
What?
thing keep.
Your phone died? Well, everybody, I think Brian's phone died and we're no longer on Zoom. So I'll just say bye to you all by myself here. This has been James, the only good host of the podcast. And I hope that Brian is also recording more audio on his end that is overlapping what I'm saying right now.
Is this going to be
I can only assume that's the case.
important?
If not, and there's
Is this
just
the thing we're doing?
nothing but
Hold on,
my
I gotta get
voice.
my headphones back
And
on.
I hope
Jamie,
you have a
can't hear
happy
me,
New
but if I
Year.
yell-
And
if
I
I
hope
talk a bit louder,
Christmas and whatever holiday
maybe
you just
it'll
had
work.
was good.
Hold on.
We'll see you
Okay,
soon.
we're going-
Don't
we're
forget
going
about us.
here. I'm gonna get the
And
I'm gonna get the Zoom link coming up here in just a second.
keep being Yappy.
Oh,
Keep
whoops,
the
gotta
Yop.
do Gotta
flowing.
connect to the right internet. Right, come on. Jamie's expecting
subscribe to the
you.
Podtower. Okay.
All right.
Goodbye.
We got the link, sis.
Thank you. Goodbye.
All right. Come on, connect to it. Come on. Gotta connect to the internet. Come on. Oh my God. This is stressful. All right. We're going there. We're going to pull up the Zoom. This wouldn't have happened if you were here, Jamie. Oh my gosh. How embarrassing this is. Where's the link? It's here. Got the Zoom link going. Gonna launch the meeting. This is what I get for trying new things, you know? Plug that into there. Start the video up here. And everything is totally fine. This is normal.
Tell me, Detective Bullock, how does it feel to be formally cleared of all charges now that Killer Croc Morgan has been arrested?
I just want all the scum buckets and dirtbags in this town to know they better lay low, 'cause Bullock's back and ready to kick butt.
It turned itself off. I'm very sorry.
You turned sideways and you said, well, this is going to be interesting. And then suddenly disappeared. And I was like, I think Brian's phone died, everybody. So like, it's just some horrible, I just see like a meteor approaching your window. Well, this is going to be interesting. And then it turns out.
Oh, my God.